DJI recently launched their brand new action camera, the DJI Osmo Action 6, and it's already turning heads with its upgraded sensor, improved low-light performance, better stabilization, and that new heat-efficient design that lets you record longer without worrying about overheating. It's clearly a step forward from the previous generation, but the real question is, how does it stack up against one of its biggest rivals, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2? Both cameras are targeting creators, travelers, and action sport lovers, but they approach things in very different ways. So today, we're putting them side by side to see which one truly gives you the better bang for your buck. Let's dive into our comparison. Let's start with the DJI Osmo Action 6, because it's the newer name in DJI's Action lineup, and it definitely pushes pretty far this generation. DJI focused heavily on improving image clarity, color accuracy, and overall stability, and you can feel that immediately when you look at the footage. The Osmo Action 6 shoots impressive 4K, has excellent stabilization with their rock-steady system, and overall produces footage that feels very natural, almost GoPro-like, but with DJI's flavor of clean contrast and balanced colors. If you're someone who likes a camera that just gets it right straight out of the camera with minimal tweaking, DJI tends to be that brand. They aim for reliability. But then you put it next to the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and you notice this totally different philosophy. Insta360 is all about flexibility, computational photography, and giving you editing freedom. The Ace Pro 2 is powerful and loaded with tech. 8K video capability at 30 frames per second, a 1.13-inch sensor, Leica-tuned optics, and an AI imaging chip that handles low-light processing and dynamic range surprisingly well. So you're not just getting raw power, you're getting AI tools that help you produce more polished, cinematic results, even if you aren't an expert videographer. Now here's where things get interesting. The Osmo Action 6 is built for action-first shooters. If you're someone who throws your camera on a bike, a helmet, a surfboard, or you just want to capture fast-moving scenes where stabilization matters more than resolution numbers, the Action 6 feels more classic, more predictable, and honestly more dependable. It's rugged, it's waterproof, and it holds up extremely well under heavy motion. DJI's Rocksteady is one of the smoothest stabilization systems out there, and if you shoot a lot of handheld or action content, you will appreciate how effortless the footage looks afterward. The Insta360 Ace Pro 2, on the other hand, is more of a hybrid tool. Yes, it's an action cam, but it leans heavily into creative filmmaking. The 8K resolution isn't something you'll use all the time, but it gives you room to crop, reframe, and stabilize in post without losing detail. And when you drop to 4K, you get high frame rates and better stabilization. But the real magic is in the computational side. Pure video mode for low-light footage is legitimately impressive, making nighttime clips look cleaner with less grain. And their AI editing features inside the Insta360 app are some of the best you'll find in any action cam ecosystem today. If you're someone who edits a lot on your phone, this camera makes your life easier. Let's talk about the screens, because this is one place where Insta360 clearly jumps ahead. The Ace Pro 2 has a sharp, bright, flip-up display that's perfect for vlogging. Whether you're doing travel content, talking directly to the camera, or just need to frame yourself quickly, the flip-up design simply feels more versatile than the DJI's traditional dual-screen layout. It's not that the Osmo Action 6 screens are bad, they're actually bright and very usable, but the Ace Pro 2 is more creator-friendly for self-recording. When it comes to low-light performance, Insta360 wins again. That bigger sensor and the pure video AI processing give it an obvious advantage at night or indoors. DJI does well, but it leans more towards preserving detail than cleaning up noise. Insta360, meanwhile, aggressively improves the image through processing, which results in brighter, cleaner footage with more dynamic range, especially if you're shooting at 4K. However, stabilization is a bit of a toss-up depending on the conditions. DJI stabilization is smoother overall, especially in 4K modes, and it feels more natural with rapid movement. Insta360's flow state stabilization is fantastic in most scenarios, but if you push it hard like downhill biking, rapid turning, or heavy vibration, DJI still feels slightly more stable. And if horizontal leveling matters to you, DJI again feels more reliable across different frame rates, while the Ace Pro 2 has some restrictions depending on the shooting mode. Now, battery life is another place where Insta360 offers noticeable improvements. Insta360 gives you an 1800 mAh battery that can go pretty far in endurance mode, easily reaching over an hour and sometimes more. DJI's battery life is good, but Insta360's efficiency paired with its AI chip makes it last a little longer in real-world shooting, especially when recording at higher frame rates. Build quality is solid on both, though Insta360's flip-up screen does introduce a potential weak point if you're extremely rough with your gear. DJI goes with a more traditional, rugged, brick-style body that feels extremely sturdy and better suited for extreme sports. Waterproofing is similar, with both cameras handling underwater shoots without requiring a case, but you'll want the dedicated dive case for deeper sessions. In terms of audio, Insta360 actually does a surprisingly good job thanks to its wind guard combining a metal grille and internal foam. DJI's audio is cleaner in some conditions, especially indoors, but in windy outdoor situations, Insta360 holds up better. For creators who rely on built-in mics, that difference can matter. The apps are very different. DJI's is clean, stable, and simple, while Insta360's app feels like a creator's toolkit full of editing tools, templates, AI effects, and auto-editing features. If you want your footage ready for social media instantly, Insta360 gives you that shortcut. If you prefer manual editing, both will serve you well. And of course, price matters. The Ace Pro 2 comes in at around $399 for the standard bundle, while the Osmo Action 6 is typically priced similarly depending on region and early release phases. So these are closely matched, making the decision more about your shooting style than your budget. So which one should you actually get? If you're an action-heavy shooter who needs rock-solid stabilization, rugged build quality, and a reliable point-and-shoot experience with minimal fuss, the Osmo Action 6 will feel like the perfect companion. It's for people who want to capture the moment without thinking too much about it. But if you're more of a creator, traveler, filmmaker, or someone who loves high resolution, better low-light performance, a flip screen, and the freedom to reframe or edit heavily in post, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 clearly gives you more tools and flexibility. It's the smarter camera in terms of processing, and it offers more creative potential.